Hi, I'm Kaluba with Zenysis Technologies. Zenysis Technologies is a big data and artificial intelligence startup dedicated to accelerating global development goals and improving lives everywhere. We're working in Zambia with the National Malaria Elimination Centre under the Ministry of Health to use integrated data to eradicate local malaria in the country by 2021. One of the greatest obstacles facing NMEC in achieving this objective was data fragmentation and difficulty with data utilization. Here's how we are working through these challenges. Our first step was to integrate multiple data sources and harmonize the information in one unified view. This enabled NMEC to triangulate its national health data, logistics data, and supplies data to make informed decisions about its malaria interventions. I'll now turn over to my colleague Japhet, who will talk about the impact he and his team are now making.
Hi, I'm Japhet Chiwaula with the National Malaria Elimination Centre, working as a Bio-Statistician. As Kaluba said, we have now one data system that offers interoperability and also helps the program to analyze data a little bit more quicker and also efficiently. Yeah, like for example, we can look at maybe multiple intervention from the system, case management as well as vector control. For example, we can compare malaria case data. Also, we look at in terms of disease burden, and also we compare in terms of the coverage of, for example, the distribution of the nets as well as the indoor residual spraying of households. So the benefit is basically it gives us a quicker glimpse in terms of comparing why malaria is high in certain areas compared to other areas. So when we look at malaria, we also look at the coverage of interventions. For example, we say we can associate high incidence rate, for example, due to low coverage of ITNs. People are not protected. Maybe even low coverage of indoor residual spraying of households. So it's really very important for us to have more detailed analysis to say why are things like this on the ground. We know that curative as well as diagnostic services are very important for the program, for us to measure the true burden of the disease. So commodities really play a very critical role in the malaria programming. So with this interoperability, it has really helped us to also learn in terms of looking at why is malaria so persistent in some areas. Is this because of stockouts? So looking at the commodity data, we're able to see if there were some stockouts in the other regions of the country. We've really looked at it. We have really utilized it as a program. For example, we usually have our monthly directorate meetings. So in those monthly directorate meetings, data plays a very critical role because we have to look at malaria situation on a monthly basis. So routinely on a monthly basis, we're able to inform the program on how we are in terms of malaria programming and the performance of meeting our targets of trying to eliminate malaria. The benefits are similar to like what I mentioned, because partners are part of our monthly directorate meetings. So they're able to also be part of in terms of decision making. When they look at the data, we're able to, as a program, we're able to think together as well as strategize and put a way forward in terms of making use of the data.